All right, we back with another exciting edition of getting the fucking work done. So, a lot of people deal with lower back pain. Lower back pain, 9 times out of 10, is coming from standing too much and or sitting too much. If you work in a desk job, you're going to be experiencing it after a certain amount of time because of the compression. Literally, time, gravity is just doing its job and it's compressing us, crunching us together. So simple ways to start, especially and specifically if you might not have the full range of motion in the back, is to ease your way into it gently. One of the easiest things you can start is with the A-step stretch. A-step is literally, I'll show you from here so you can actually kind of gauge it. It's starting with your feet shoulder width apart, and you want to take literally just a small step forward, separating the feet. So you have like that small gap in between, maybe like an inch or two gap. And all you're going to do is pull the shoulders back and allow your arms to just go down. Now, I'm stopping here because a lot of people who have tight backs literally can't get past here. So don't feel like you're doing the stretch wrong if you can't get past here. The goal is to work your way down to the floor. So I'm not going to confuse you and make you think that you should just be starting here, and if you can't do this, that you're not doing it properly. The reality is, if this is your starting position, then this is your starting position, and the goal becomes to pulse. The reason you're pulsing is because you're pushing the blood flow into the lower back. Once we get that blood flow into the lower back, this is from the other side, so you can see it's the same thing, just a small step, small gap between the feet. Again, shoulders are pinned back, arms are coming down to guide you, and you're just pulsing in the position. Here might be your starting point for many. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here, maybe you're getting down to the floor. If you're getting down to the floor, then you're gonna pulse. Palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. Now, a lot of people might do a count, like a 10 count, a 15 count. I always recommend to do seconds. You wanna create more time under tension and build up not only the familiarity with the moves, but the comfort, because this is about improving quality of life over time. I'm gonna go right into the next stretch. A lot of people might want a straddle, right? And the straddle stretch would be when you're here, this is the straddle, and you're able to go down to the floor. If you're experiencing back pain, there's a good chance that you're not going to be able to do that up front. That's not even super advanced, but it's advanced for someone that's experiencing extreme back pain or back pain that's consistent and or persistent. And again, we're dealing with inflammation of the lower lumbar, compression of the spine, and tightness that could be ranging from the adductor and abductor and or the groin. So I recommend to start seated. You want to be on a solid surface. So if you got like a wood chair or anything that you could sit on where your knees are basically in line with the hips, you want to then, this is shoulder width, feet shoulder width. You want to go out past your shoulders. First thing you want to do is start warming up the groin and opening up, not opening up, but warming up adductors and abductors to some degree. So once you do that, right, again, 30 seconds is prime work. If you're just starting, 30 seconds is prime. You want to make sure you keep those knees pointed in the same direction as the big toe. You don't want your knees buckling in and your feet is going here. You're not doing no bow-legged work. Then what you want to do is slowly ease your way down. Now, again, this might be your stopping point. If this is your stopping point, from here, you're going to push your forearms into your legs and imagine getting the chest parallel to the wall in front of you. We're going down and pushing up. Reason being, decompression. The goal is to decompress. And once you're comfortable and your range is there, you're going to find yourself palms on the floor. And the same pulse that we did standing is the same pulse that we're going to do here. Because the name of the game is decompression. You could get jiggy and start going side to side, so you can start to feel if you have a little bit more tightness on one side than the other. Again, 30 seconds is prime work. A lot of people are not giving themselves time to decompress. From this same position, right? You have tightness. You could, if you have the ability to, ankle above the knee. This is the kneecap. Pull that ankle above. You want that ankle secured on the leg, and pulse. Same thing. Pulse. Pulse. 30 seconds each side. Once you get a little bit more comfortable, you'll notice your range gets deeper. And make sure anything you do on one side, you do on the other. You want to create and build a balanced body. A lot of us have imbalances. We are dealing with imbalances. A lot of us have injuries that we might not even know are brewing. Or you might have already had an old injury that healed, but you didn't heal it properly. You didn't do the right amount of rehab work. And then after the rehab, you might not have had a prehab routine before your workouts begin. So give yourself the time before you get crazy and start beating your body up. Make sure you're actually gauging your body and getting in tune to see what is my range of motion, where am I tight, where do I feel pain, if any, because that is your body signaling to you something. The goal is for us to figure out what that something is before we start getting crazy in the gym. Now, again, I'm not saying this is a stretch that you should be able to do immediately. A lot of us need to work our way up to it. If you have a couch or something that you can put your foot up on that is below the hip, my hip is here, that is below the hip, what you would do is stand next to it, right? Or stand facing it if you're comfortable, and then get the leg up on it. Once the leg is up, you want to make sure you're in line, knee is in line with the hip. And you can use this to lean so that you don't lose your balance. And all you would do is just sit here. This alone is going to help you to start decompressing. We don't want to overexert the back too soon. And then another move, if you're comfortable, the same thing you saw me doing on that small little step, I'm just doing a standing version of it where I'm able to create more depth and range of motion. But this only happens over time. So I'm not saying you should even be able to do this immediately. There's a good chance you won't. There's a good chance that'll be uncomfortable for you. But you should see what ranges you'll be able to build in your body if you just take the time. A lot of this is just getting back into the groove of movement. You got to be able to move for you, for no one else. This is about quality of life overall. How do I improve my quality of life? How do I make it so that I'm able to wake up and feel good versus wake up in pain, wake up in the middle of the night in pain? I'm using the rings in the gym, but you can literally do this at home using a towel, using a resistance band. And all you want to do is make sure that you're secured. You have something to, help you get deeper into the squat without putting all the tension on the knee. And you would literally just start from shoulder width. This is shoulder width for me. Out, out, out. We're in an almost sumo. And the goal is to just allow this to help you to squat if you have trouble squatting, which some people do. So again, this is an assist. Helps you to go side to side. It helps you to lock in place. Helps you to create more depth if you don't have that depth. And a real perk is that it helps you to keep your chest up, because a lot of people in the very beginning, if they just learn the proper form for the squat, they dip that chest down. So the goal is to keep that chest up. So since my arms are being pulled up, it's 10 times harder for me to go here, especially if you're leaning and sitting back on the heels, which is the goal. You want to sit on your heels. Sit on the heels. Sit on the heels. You want to feel that tension, feel that weight on your heels in the groin. Now, this is the stuff that after my injury, I tore my ACL, MCL, PCL, I had to work my way back up to the basics. So don't ever feel like there's an issue because you potentially might not be able to do what might be considered a basic thing. It don't matter. We all coming from different points on our journey, especially and specifically if you've been injured Or if you just haven't been active for a certain amount of time, you know, the body gets settled, the body gets tight, the body starts to work against you because it's about making sure the whole body is getting in tune. Is if you got a surface you can lean on that's flat and solid, open up the fingers because you want to start training the hands as well to be able to support you. And then lean forward and lean back. Lean forward, putting and applying that pressure into the center palm. Lean back. This is going to help you to not only start to stretch out the wrist, but also the forearm as well. And then I've done this on the floor. There's a floor version of this as well. You can see a previous video. You want to turn the hands, fingers facing out in both directions. Lean in, lean forward, feel more pressure on the thumb. Lean back, feel more pressure on the pinky. Push the pinky, press the pinky. Flip the hands down. If you don't have this range yet, don't worry about it. It comes over time. Lean away. You want to push the wrist down and pull away. Push the wrist down and pull away. Again, it's about the stretch through the forearms and the stretch through the wrist and building up that strength and dexterity in the hands. Then fist. Roll the fist. Roll the fist. If this hurts because you're doing it on a hard surface, fold up a towel and then put the towel down and do this on the towel. And once that's done, forearms go down, elbows go down, and then slowly start backing away, bringing your feet together. Now, again, you might not have the range you want in your back to begin to start, but you got to start somewhere. So if you got to start and you're only getting here because this is as much as you have, then this is where you go and you just sit here and you slowly push the glutes out backwards. Push, 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 because the goal is to get the ears in between the biceps and you want to be able to pulse from this position. This is going to help to decompress your T-spine or your thoracic spine. Arms forward, palms together. Hands forward, hands back. Hands forward, hands back. Palms down. Walk backwards. If this is where you're at with your range, this is a 7. This is great. And pulse, pulse, pulse. Again, the goal for you is 30 seconds in each, because this is something you can do daily just to help improve and increase your flexibility and your overall range of motion. Mobility is key. Movement is medicine. Now, another thing, I noticed that a lot of people, they don't have as much range in their shoulder as they would like. So another way to start building that up is to just use the wall as an assist. It's probably the best assist you're going to get is using the wall, because you can do this anywhere. And just start first rotating through. So you want to turn the pit of the elbow as far up towards the sky as possible. Turn it out, in and out. Get these small rotations going. Small pulses. Go forward, arm up, lean in. Make sure you're aligned with the wall. Lean in to the side. You want to just start opening everything up. Make sure you do both sides. And then for those that are attempting to build up the bridge or just start getting that range for bridge in general, use the wall. It's one of my favorite things to do. First, start by seeing if you can get your palms flat on the wall. And then from there, you want to just start stepping away. and step back. You don't need to be able to do a full bridge or even a bridge in general to start building up strength for the bridge. It's good for your spine. A healthy spine is a mobile spine, regardless of what anyone has told you or what you may think. You do not want to be so stiff that as soon as you bend, you're experiencing an injury. That's what happens over time from doing either very linear styles of training, which doesn't allow for flexion and a lot of movement, or just not training in general. You know, any skill set you don't build, you're not gonna have A. And if you did have the skill set and you stop doing it, it's the old saying, whatever you don't use, you lose. That shit is a reality. So even lower, I'm just checking my depth. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right. Now another stretch for helping to alleviate back pain. And again, we're just looking at this from the lens of I've been dealing with pain. I don't know where the pain is coming from, but I have the pain. I have the pressure. I need to alleviate it. So you can use a wall in your house, get next to the wall, lay back, and literally just put your feet up on the wall, palms down to the side, and literally just sit in this position. Sitting in this position is going to allow gravity to do its job, which is to realign, pushing the hips down closer to the floor, driving those hips down to align the spine. And then you can raise the hands, bring one hand back, one hand up. This is all basic. You can do this anywhere, in the gym, at home. You can pull one leg off the wall. You want to create more release in the groin, act up the abductors. Just slowly start letting the legs open into a split. You're just using the wall and letting gravity do its job. You don't have to press it first. You don't have to add any weight. You don't have to try to push for a range you don't have. You just want to allow your body to naturally move through and flow. The goal is to observe yourself and be able to say to myself, this hurts here, this hurts here, this is super tight here, or it's not. Self-observation is the key. It's going to allow you to start getting back in tune with yourself. And if you've never been in tune with yourself, it's going to be a shock when you start to realize that you might be walking around with more tightness and or pains than you were aware of because you've been ignoring yourself. And you can just literally rock your feet side to side. This is again going to help to decompress. We're trying to alleviate any pressure that might be in the back, using the wall as a support. And then when you're done, slide up out of it. Now, another one you could do, if we're, again, just focused on the back, would be dead bug. Dead bug is you on the floor, lining up the knees with the hips, making sure the ankle is lined up with the knee, hands up, and just sit. Again, this isn't the most complicated thing to do, but if you are dealing with tightness, you'll notice that this is not the easiest thing to do. And from there, you could let one leg go forward and then the opposite arm go back. The wall's blocking me, but you would just let the arm go back down to the floor. So it would be left leg down, right arm down, raise back up, and then it would be right leg down, left arm down. Just extend it straight behind you. We want to start building up strength in the core. We want to start building up strength in the transverse abdominis, your abs, you know. You want your lower back to be able to activate. And you just want to make sure that you're slightly off the floor. So head is up, shoulders are slightly off the floor, and I'm reaching for the sky. This is the dead bug. Then, feet together. This is a pike. Some of us are starting here. Literally, this might be your depth of, this might be your range. And if this is your range, it's not a big deal. This is just your starting point. The goal is to work your way down. The goal is to be able to grab the toes eventually. And you can wrap a towel around the feet and use that as an assist to help you create more pull and get more depth. But the pulsing is going to help you because it'll get that blood flowing to the back. So I always prefer, you don't want a static, especially if you're about to work out. If this is your prehab before your workout, you don't want a static stretch because it can actually end up opening you up for an injury, potentially, not guaranteed. But it has been shown that the pulsing is going to be more effective, is going to get you more primed and get more blood flow to the area. So I pulse, and again, we're looking at like 30 seconds. And once you're getting comfortable and you're stronger, go up to 45 seconds, you go up to a minute. And at a certain point, you'll be able to get your forehead down to your knees. And then when you're really pushing forward, you'll be able to get your chin to your knees. And then you're going to open up feet shoulder width to start, because if you're experiencing back pain, going too wide is going to limit your range and your depth. So feet just shoulder width apart. And the same thing. We're going to just pulse, pulse, pulse. 30 seconds to a minute. Keep it simple. If you can grab your feet, perfect. Grab the feet and pulse. It's not about doing the most. It's about staying in motion. A body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. Do the work or don't. It's your choice. I'm about to get to it.